My name is McPeek-Villatoro. I am a professor of literature and creative writing at Mount St. Mary's University in Los Angeles. What I am about to say does not necessarily reflect the university's views. These are my own opinions. My dear students, I address this letter particularly to people of my own Latino cultures. A man has degraded us in ways that are more than vitriolic. They are diabolical. I am not here to soften the message, nor am I here to offer hope. For hope, in times like these, leads too quickly to despair. I offer only clarity. We must study without fear how one man could do such damage. A nationalistic white hatred brought on this nightmare. Now, I'm not talking about white folk who are smart, sophisticated, compassionate, empathetic toward others, though they too need to hear this. I refer to the majority of white people who voted out of pure malice. White hatred has once again made racism legal. I think it's going to get worse with each new law. I think it's going to get worse with each new law the now racist-based government passes. Why do they hate? Let's continue the study. They're scared. They're afraid that people of color are going to take over the country. They're afraid of the year 2040, when we will be the majority. They see their numbers dwindling, ironically, as more of them fall in love with us and give birth to non-white children. The fear, I believe, is due to their losing of the power and privilege that they've enjoyed for centuries. I have no more time nor patience for white people's fears and concerns. My community is in too much pain. I receive letters from students who are in a panic. What does this mean for my family, my friends? What does this mean for me? Will the oppression get worse? And will it be backed up by the government? These are legitimate fears. All this semester, we've talked about the strength of our cultures, how our customs and our language, our Spanish, which is one of the most beautiful languages on the planet, help us prepare for a harsh, racist world. And now, after last week, I feel like a liar, telling you our culture gives us strength. Then your own country comes along and tells you that your culture isn't worth shit. There are psychological repercussions from this that I hope our more sophisticated white brethren will come to understand. More than one Latino has said how hard it is now to be around white people. That they're afraid to be with whites. Of course. You may actually hate them for a while, ironically, for the color of their skin and all the power and privilege that white skin carries. I don't blame you. Now, to say that we're angry scares the hell out of a lot of some people. Excuse me. Now, to say that we're angry scares the hell out of some people. Many believe in their hearts that we Latinos are just inherently violent, especially as Salvadorans. Those who side with us might want to calm us down, try to put sense into our heads, and talk about where do we go from here. That's their language, not ours. I'm done with calming down white people, or for those who take this whole white talk coming out of a Latino mouth. I'm done with calming down white people, or for those who take this whole white talk coming out of a Latino man's mouth so personally, helping them feel less guilty for being white. This isn't the time for that. This is the time for Latino people to turn to our cultures and one another and regain our strengths. For we feel we have no strengths, that our votes don't mean a damn thing. Our votes, our voices, those who hate, want to silence us. Many of you are angry. I'm not. I am enraged. It doesn't matter what happens in the future, whether or not this new government will have a come-to-Jesus moment and realize their racist ways. because that man, whose name I will never utter again, as he does not deserve my words, that man tapped into the hate in order to become president. He denigrated us with talk of a wall and of us being rapists and murderers. He took white hate and aimed it directly at us like a shotgun. How can we forgive that? What can we do? How can we take this injustice on? I know what you need to do. You need to keep studying. You need to gain knowledge. You need to read books, the important books. You need to become way more literate and analytical than the uneducated, ignorant, crude, hating people who have turned on you. Because of college and because of your academic sweat, you will enjoy success. And success is the greatest revenge. This university, Mount St. Mary's University, is a good place for you and for me. Part of the school's mission is to educate our students with high academic expectations and to make them aware of those who suffer poverty and oppression. And we're not perfect. Like any institution, we've got our problems and we're working on them. But we do fight for our students and against the injustices that mean to break your backs. The call for justice pulses in the veins of the Mount, which makes us a unique place to deal with such horrors as the one we now live. But remember, you, the students, are the university. This is your home. Here I invite you to make your voices heard loud and clear, and I invite my fellow professors, staff, and administration to listen to that anger without feeling threatened. This is vital if we, white and brown together, want to undo racism in the United States. And remember this, even during the most horrific times, that a professor, a Latino professor, is as enraged and at times as scared as you. We are frightened, but we are not cowards. The racists have kicked us in the face. They want to decimate our culture, which means they want to kill our souls. But take a Salvadoran guy as an example. Whenever someone beats him into the ground, he inevitably gets up, shakes the dust off, says something like, "Jode tu madre, pendejo," walks home and starts organizing with his compañeros. We are in such a time. The haters want to silence us. So we need to get really, really loud in both our languages. I defy anyone to try to shut us up. Love, your professor.